Hello everyone, welcome to Geeks for Geeks. I am Chaitanya Munjir and in this video we will be building a simple Google Lens application for Android using Android Studio. We will be using Firebase ML Kit, Firebase image labeling service for detecting the objects from images, and after that we will be using the search API for getting the results for that particular object. So here is the sample application which I have already built. So inside this we can get to see two options, that is snap and get results. So when we click on snap option, we can get to see a camera open, and inside that we can scan an image. So we will capture it and then we will save this image. After that we simply have to click on get search results. After that we can get to see the results here. When we click on any of the result, it will be redirected to the browser for searching about that particular result. So here we can get to see information for that one. Now we will search for the other objects as well. Now we will scan again. So here it is a television. Now we will see the results for this one as well. Now here we can get to see the results of this text, that is television. So this is how we are going to create. Now we will move towards the next image. So next one is the mobile. So we will scan this one. After scanning, we simply have to click on get search results. After that we can get to see the search results here, which are in the horizontal recycler view. So this is how we are going to create a Google Lens applications for Android using Android Studio. Now let's move towards creating an application in Android Studio. We have to simply click on create a new project, then select empty activity. Here we have to specify our application name. Then we have to select the language as Java and then simply click on finish to create our new project. Now our Android Studio project has been created and we can get to see two files, that is activity underscore main.xml and main activity.java file. So firstly, we will be moving towards updating the colors inside our colors.xml file. So for that, we have to go to the res, then values, and then colors.xml. Inside this, we will be updating our colors. So in the output, we have seen that we have used the two colors, that is two shades of blue. Now we have added the three colors, so we will update the colors above as well. Now, as we are using the Firebase image labeling service for detecting the object from the image, so for that we have to connect our application to the Firebase. So for that we simply have to firstly go to the Firebase inside our browser. Inside Firebase, when we have sign up with our account, we simply have to click on add a project, then specify the project name. Then we have to click on create continue, then continue. Then we have to select a default account and simply click on create a project. Now we have created our project in a Firebase, so we simply have to click on continue. After that, as we are integrating with Android, so we simply have to select Android. Here we have to specify package name. So to get the package name, we have to go to main activity.java file, and at the top we can get to see our package name. So we simply have to copy our package name. Then inside our Firebase, we have to paste this one, and we have to simply specify the application name. After that, we have to register our app. Then we have to download the Google services.json file. Now once the file has been downloaded, we will simply copy this file and paste it inside our Android Studio project. So for this, we have to go to the project, then our application name, then app, and here we have to paste our JSON Google services.json file. Make sure to change the name of the file as Google services.json, otherwise it may provide some error. So we have added the Google services.json file. Now we have to go back towards the Android, and inside the Gradle scripts we have to add the dependencies. So for adding the dependencies, we have to add these dependencies in the dependencies section, as well as to connect with the Firebase. We have to go to the tools, then Firebase, and inside this we have to click on Firebase ML and the first option, that is label images. After that, we have to simply add Firebase ML to your app, and then we have to accept the changes. Now this will add the dependencies. Now after adding dependencies, we have to add another dependencies. So firstly, we will be adding the dependency for Firebase core. Then we have to update the version for this dependency, as it is giving error. So we have reduced the version of this dependency. Then we have to add image label model dependency as well. Now for JSON parsing, we will be, for getting the results from the search results regarding the specific product, we will be using a API, that is search API. For that, we will be using JSON parsing. So for JSON parsing, we will be using Volley as a library. Other than Volley, there are other options as well, such as Retrofit. So the link for this articles on how to use Volley as well as Retrofit are present in the description box below. So you can check it out from this as well. So in the current project, we will be using Volley. So we will be adding the dependency for that as well. After that, we have to simply sync our project. Now once our project has been synced, we have to go to the manifest.xml for adding permissions. So inside our application, we are using the camera. So we will be specifying the permission as camera. After that, we are using the feature. So we will be simply specifying the feature, and we have to specify the name as hardware.camera. Now after that we will be specifying the required as true. Along with that we are fetching the search result from the internet, so we have to add the internet permission as well. Along with that we have to add the metadata for using the Firebase ML Vision dependencies, so we will be adding that as well. So below the block of the activity we have to add metadata, and we have to specify the name. Now we have added the metadata as well. Now we will be moving towards activity underscore main.xml for creating the UI of our application. So inside this we have to firstly create the image view which will be used for displaying the image. So for that firstly we will remove this text view. Then we will change the constraint layout to relative one. After that we have to specify background. We have specified the background as dark blue shade one. So this one we are using. Along with that we are not displaying action bar inside our application. So for removing the action bar we simply have to go to the themes, and inside this we have to change the theme as from dark action bar to no action bar. So it will remove the action bar from our application. Now we will come back to our activity underscore main.xml, and inside this relative layout firstly we will be creating an image view for displaying our image. Specify width as match parent, height as 300 dp. ID as image. Specify margin top as 10 dp. Currently we are not specifying any source. So for currently we are specifying the source as white, or we will be adding the image to this one as well. So for images I have already downloaded the icons, so I will simply copy that one. So these are the two icons which we will be using. So I will copy these two icons and simply paste inside our drawable folder. So here we have to change the name. So I will simply go to that file, right click on it, refactor, and then rename. Then our scanner 2. And here we will change the source icon. As we are using white, so we will be changing this one, and in place of the logo we are using the yellow one, so we will change that one to scanner 2. So we are using the yellow one, so we will change it to scanner 1, and inside the round icon as well we will change it to scanner 1. We will be renaming this icon once again as it is showing error. Now below this image view we have to create a linear layout for our two buttons. That is, one is the snap button and then the next one is the get results button. So for that we will simply create a linear layout, specify width as match parent, height as wrap content. We will align it below to our image, specify ID as orientation as vertical, then margin as 10 degrees. Now inside this linear layout we will be creating two of our buttons. So the first button will be our snap button. Now we have also added custom background for this button, so we will create a custom background. So inside the drawable folder we have to right click, new, then drawable resource file, and we will be specifying the button back as a name. Then we will simply change selector to shape and then click on OK to create this file. Now inside this we will be specifying the shape as rectangle. Now we will add this background to our button. Now we will be also adding custom font. So for that we have to download that font, so we can download it from here itself. Inside the design section we will select this button, then we simply have to search for font, and here currently selected font is the sans serif. So for changing it we have to simply scroll down, then more fonts, and then we will search for the font name. So we will be using this one, and inside this we will be selecting it as a regular and then click on OK. So the font will be added to this particular text view, and we will also change the text style to bold. Now we will create a similar button. So we will simply copy paste this button and we will simply change the ID. Now after this we have to create a recycler view, which is a horizontal recycler view, and a progress bar as a loading indicator. So we will be creating this progress bar, specify width and height as wrap content, layout center horizontal as true. We will align this parent bottom as we have to display it on the bottom position. So we will specify true. Then we will specify ID. We will specify margin bottom as 50 dp, at it stick to very bottom. Then we will make its initial visibility as gone. After that we will be creating a recycler view, specify width as match parent, height as wrap content, align parent bottom as true. Then we will specify ID. So inside this we will specify orientation as horizontal, Then layout manager also has linear layout manager. Now we will align this below to our buttons linear layout. So we can get to see the recycler view at the bottom. So this is our recycler view. Now we will be initializing these buttons and recycler view and image view inside our main activity.java file. So here we will simply create variables first. Now we will initialize these variables with their IDs. So after we have initialized these variables with their IDs, now we will take a look at the API which we are going to use. So we will be using the search API. So for using the API, we simply have to go to this site, that is sarpapi.com. The link for this is also present in the description. Then inside this website, we simply have to click on sign in, and we will be signing with our Google or any account. So I will quickly sign in. Now once you have signed into your account, you can get to see this type of an interface. So here we can get to see our API key here itself, and then we can get to see the plan. So currently I have used this one, so I have seen this, but inside in your case you will not get to see. So here is the API key which we will be using inside our application. So we will take a look firstly at the API which we are going to use. So inside this documentation, we will be using a Google search. So inside the Google search, we will be performing the search on the Google, that is by passing the query that what we have to search. So inside the Postman, I have already added the API. So this one is the API. Inside this API, we only have to pass the query, the search query which we have to search. Then we can also pass the location, at what location we have to get the search results. Then is the language, that is English. Then is the region and the domain for which we have to search. So there are different domains, that is Google, Baidu, Yahoo, and many more. So currently we are using Google, and then we have to pass our API key. So I have already added the API key. Then so this one is our search API for making the query. So this one will be the get request. Now we will simply click on send to send the request, and we can get to see the responses here. So inside the response, we can get to see the search metadata, search parameters. So I will quickly minimize this one. So inside the response, there are so many things to see, but in the current scenario, we will be using this organic results block. And from this organic result block, there are multiple JSON objects. So this one is the first JSON object, and from this JSON object, we will be using the title, then link, displayed link, and snippet. So this we are going to display inside our recycler view for get results. So this is the JSON array for organic results, and we will be using this one. Now we will move towards application. So inside this, firstly we have to create the model and adapter for our recycler view as well as the layout file. So inside the response, as we have already seen that inside the organic results, we are only using title, link, displayed link, and snippet. So firstly we will be creating the layout for that one. So for creating a layout, we simply have to go to layout, then right click on it, new layout resource file. and then we have to specify the name. After that, we have to change the root layout to card view, and then we have to simply click on OK to create this file. Now once we have created this file, we have to create the UI for this one. So for this, we will be firstly creating a linear layout. We will change the height to wrap content. Then we will specify elevation as 7 dp. Then margin as 5 dp. Then current corner radius as 4 dp. Now inside this, we will be creating a linear layout. Specify width as match parent, height as wrap content, orientation as vertical. Now inside this linear layout, we will be creating three text view, that is title, snippet, description. So we will be creating this three text view. Now we will be adding the background to our card view. Now this one first will be our title text view, then we will create another one. So we will simply copy this one. Now instead of title, we will change the ID as well as the text. And here also we will add the font. In the case of snippet, we will specify max lines as 1, all caps as false. Then we will update the text size to 12 sp. And in case of descriptions, we will specify lines as 3, then max lines as also as 3, and here also we will update the text size to 12 sp. Now we have completed the coding part for our search view recycler view item. Now we will move towards creating of our model class as well as adapter class. For creating our model class, we have to go to package name, right click, new Java class, and we will specify the name as search RV model. And inside this, we will be specifying the creating a variable. So first variable will be for our title, then the next one will be for our link, then the next one will be for displayed link, then the next one will be for our snippet. So these are the four variables which we are requiring. Then we have to create constructor and getter and setter method. So for that we have to right click, generate constructor, select all the variables and then create this constructor. Similarly, we have to create getter and setter methods. So we have created this model class as well as created constructor and getter and setter methods. Now we have to create the adapter for the same. That is, we have to go to package name, right click, new, Java, and here we have to extend this recycler view dot adapter, and we have to specify as view holder. After that we have to implement methods. So for that we have to press alt enter, then implement methods option and select all the methods and OK. Now we will be not requiring this one, so we will quickly remove this. Now we have to create view holder class. So for that we have to click on this view holder, then click on red bulb and create inner class. Now we will change it to public and we will extend it with recycler view dot view holder, and we will create constructor here as well. Now firstly we will be creating two variables. First will be for context, then the next variable will be for our array list, and inside this the data type will be search mod RV model. After that we have to create constructor. So for that we have to again right click, generate constructor and select these two variables, and we have to create the constructor. Now inside this onCreate view holder method we have to simply inflate the layout file, that is search results RV item, which we have created. So for that now inside the get item count method we have to return the size of our search RV models, that is array list. So we will return the size, and inside the view holder class we have to create the variables for our text views, which we have created inside our search results RV item. So we are displaying the title TV, then snippet TV and description TV. After that we have to initialize these three variables with their IDs. So we will create similar variables for that others as well, and we will initialize them with their IDs. Now after that we will set the data to each of our text views. So for that we will firstly get the data from our array list. Now we will set the data to our each text view. So firstly we will set it to title text view, search RV model dot get title, then description TV dot set text. We will be adding get snippet. Here also we will be add the snippet, and inside the description we will be adding get displayed link. So we will check the response once again. So inside the response the snippet is the our description. So we will update this, that is description TV to snippet, and in place of our snippet TV. So this one is our description, then is the snippet. So snippet is basically a link. So we will change it to get link and we'll update this. Now we will be adding on-click listener for our item of our recycler view. We can add create interface as well, and from that we can also pass create interface, and from that we can pass the position and we can call that on-click method inside our main activity. But currently we will be creating in this one as well only. So inside this we have to open a new intent and we have to pass the URL. So for that we will simply create a intent. And we have to view this URL, so we will be using intent.action view. We have to set the data and we have to pass the URL. Now we have completed coding part for our adapter as well. Now we will move towards our main activity.java file for adding the data to our recycler view as well as for capturing the image. So firstly we will create the variables for our search adapter, that is search RV adapter, as well as we will create the array list variable. After this we will initialize this variable. So firstly search RV model array list, then our search RV adapter. Now we will set this to our recycler view. That is search RV adapter. Now after creating this, we have to firstly add click listeners for our snap button as well as for our search, that is search results button. Along with that, we have to also add layout manager to our result recycler view. We have already added there inside our activity underscore main.xml, but we can also get to know that here how we can add this. So here we have to specify new linear layout manager, and inside this we have to pass our context. Then we have to pass the orientation, that is linear layout manager dot horizontal, as we are displaying the horizontal recycler, and then we have to simply pass as a false. Now after that we will be adding on click listener. So for snap button dot set on click listener. Now after snap button we will be adding on click listener for our search results get search results button. Now for this two functionalities we will be adding two methods. So first method will be for capturing our image. So we will be firstly capturing the image from this. So when we click on snap button we will firstly clear our array list, that is dot clear, and we will notify our adapter that data has been updated, and after that we will call a method that is take picture. So we will call this method, we will be creating this method. So on clicking on this we will get to see the we can capture the image. So we will be creating this method, that is take picture, inside our main activity itself. Now inside this we will be calling an intent to capture our image. So for that we will simply call intent action image capture. and we will be creating one more variable for our request code that will be our integer, so we'll be creating that variable as well. Along with that, we also have to create a variable for our progress bar. And we have to initialize this with their ID. Now inside this method, we have to pass this code, that is request code, which we have created above, this one. So we have to pass this code. Now for getting the image from the image intent, we have to use the onActivityResult method. So we will be calling that method, that is onActivityResult. And inside this method, we will check if request code is equal to request code which we have mentioned, and result code equal to result OK. In this case, we will be simply calling bundle. Also, for getting the image bitmap, we have to create one more variable for our image bitmap. So we will be creating the variable for bitmap as well. Image bitmap. So we will be using this variable inside this method, that is onActivityResult method. So from this, we will be getting our bitmap of our image which we recently captured. And after that, we have to select this, save this image bitmap to our image view, that is capture IV dot set image bitmap, and we will be set this image bitmap. Here we will be not requiring this one. Now we have added the on-click listener for our snap button, as well as we have created the take picture intent for getting the image. Now once this picture has been taken, now we have to create one more method for detecting the object from that particular image. So for that, we will be creating a method that is get results, which will be provide the results from that particular image about the object detection. So we will firstly create a method. Inside this method, we will be getting the object from our image. So for that, we will simply have to firstly create a Firebase vision image variable for it as a image dot. We have to specify from bitmap, and then we have to specify the image bitmap. Now after that, we have to call Firebase vision image labeler, and we have to create variable for it as well as a labeler, and then we have to initialize it as a Firebase vision dot get instance dot get on device image labeler. Now after that, we have to simply process our image by calling the labeler dot process image, and inside this we have to pass our image to variable which we have created above, and then after that we have to add two methods, that is on success listener, and inside this we will get the extraction from that image, that is labels from that particular image. So inside the On success method, we will be creating a string that is search query. The result we will be getting from this on success method will be our search query. From that, we will be passing this search query inside our API to get the search results. So this will be our search query. Dot image models, we will be getting the first index dot get text. So this will be our search query, and after that we will be calling the get search results method, and inside that we will be passing our search query. So we have not created this method, so we will be creating this method as well. Inside this we will be doing the JSON parsing for getting the data from our API. So we'll simply copy this, and inside this we will be passing our creating a string as search query. After on success listener, we will be also adding a on failure listener, and inside this we will simply display a toast message as failed to detect image. We are not requiring this one, so we'll remove this. Now this get results method will be called when the user clicks on a get result button. So we will be calling this method here get results, and along with that we will be also firstly clearing our array list, that is search model array list dot clear, then search rv adapter dot notify dataset change, and also we have to make the visibility of our progress bar as visible. Now we will be moving towards our get search results method, and inside this we will be doing the JSON parsing using Volley. So firstly we will be creating our URL string variable for our URL, and inside this we will be pasting our URL which we have recently seen in the Postman. So this will be our URL. We will copy this one and paste it inside this variable. Now here only we have to change the query. So current query is mobile, so we will remove this one and we will add our search query. Now we have added our search query inside the URL. Now we can use this URL for JSON parsing. So after that we have to create a variable for our request queue. And inside this we have to pass context, that is main activity.js. Now after this, inside the response we can get to see that this is the JSON object, so we have to make a JSON object request. So we will be making a JSON object request. As we are making the get request, so we will be passing the method as get. Then we are not passing any parameters, so we will pass as null. Then new response. We have not passed our URL, so we will pass the URL. And then new response dot listener. So inside this on response method we will get the response, and after the on response we will also have to add the on error response dot error listener, and inside this we will simply display a toast message as fail to get search results, or we can simply display no results found. And after that we have to add this request to, that is JSON object request, to our queue. Now inside the on response method we have to do the JSON parsing, that is parsing our JSON. So inside this, firstly we will make the visibility of our loading progress bar as gone, and then we will add a try catch block for JSON parsing. Now inside the response, firstly we have to get this organic results JSON array. So we will copy this key and we will create a JSON array first. response dot get JSON array, and we have to paste this key, so we will get the JSON array, that is organic JSON array. After that we have to run a for loop, and inside this we will firstly get a organic JSON object, that is organic object get JSON object, and here we will pass it as an index. Now after that we will firstly get our title. So in this condition we will firstly validate if organic JSON object dot has title. So if it is having the title, then we will create a strings for all this. So we will create the string above itself. First is the title, then we are getting link, displayed link, and snippet. Now inside this method we will be adding this to our title. Similarly, we will be adding the validation for all others as well. Organic object dot has. Now in case of title we will be using link. Now the next one will be for our displayed link. After that we will be getting our snippet. Now after getting this all this data, we have to add it to our array list, that is search rv model array list dot add new search rv model. So first will be our title, so we'll be adding this, then next will be our link, then displayed link, and then last will be our snippet. So after adding this all the data, we simply have to call search rv model, that is recycler view adapter dot notify dataset change, to notify our adapter whether as the data has been changed. Now we have completed the coding part. So we will run our application and take a look at the output of our application. Make sure to run this application on the real device. I will run the application once again on the real device. Now we will run our application to see the output of it. So I have installed the application. I will simply click on our application, and inside this I will click on Snap. So I will click the picture of this. and then simply click on get search results. So I will get to see the search results for the musical instrument, and when I click on any of this, I will get to see the detailed information regarding it. Now I will snap one more image. So we can get to see the results for that as well. After that, I will snap one more image. So here we get to see the results for three different objects. So if you having any doubt regarding what I explained in this video, do ask in the comment section. For complete code, refer the articles in the description given below. So do like the video, subscribe to this channel, and thanks for watching.